Less than a month to go before Kenya's general elections, the political promises are in.
This manifesto is our contract with the people of Kenya.
Front-runners Raila Odinga and William Ruto's manifestos almost similar in the priority areas of focus: education, healthcare, food security, creating jobs, increasing manufacturing, supporting local businesses, and attracting foreign direct investments, among others.
Our plan, therefore, has prioritized the following 7 sectors: agriculture, MSMEs, housing and settlement, manufacturing, the digital superhighway and creative economy, the service economy, environment and climate change.
You said now we want to go to proper industrialization. Our children will have access to free quality education from primary to university.
Political analysts, however, say the content is not new. Indeed, they argue that the country seems to be running on the spot.
We are saying that we will grow certain areas of the economy or certain industries or give so much money to grow certain things. But the same things we said in 2013, even 2007, we are repeating them today. Ruto was in the Jubilee government over the last 10 years. What he's proposing, apart from the slogans of bottom-up, is nothing different from what they were proposing in 2013.
Through his bottom-up economic model, Ruto promises to introduce a credit scheme that caters for those at the bottom of the country's economic pyramid.
We are going to commit 50 billion shillings every year to the Hustler Fund, so that the mamamboga and the boda kai and the fellow at the kiosk and the fellow at the saloon and the good lady running a saloon somewhere can find credit that is not predatory.
Odinga, on the other hand, has promised to enhance the current social protection for vulnerable households, allocating 6,000 shillings stipend per household, up from the current 2,000 shillings.
We'll roll out an economic stimulus and recovery program.
Political commentator Macharia Gaido says the glossy documents lack the how of achieving the grand promises.
Whether you read the Ruto manifesto or the Raila manifesto, none of the two disclose any ideology, any concrete policy programs. It is simply sloganeering and throwing money at problems. 50 billion for this, 100 billion for this, 100 billion for this. None of them talk about the real issues, which is creating wealth, generating jobs, creating employment, and dealing with our socio-economic divides.
Not so, argues Odinga.
What we are trying to offer is not something that is impractical. It has been costed by our experts. We know exactly where the income is coming from, which is going to fund the program that we are going to release.
Now and now.
Away from Odinga and Ruto are 2 other candidates. Wahiga Mwaure, a lawyer who has promised to eliminate corruption within the first 100 days in office, and Professor George Wajakoya, who plans to pay off the country's debts by legalizing marijuana and supporting its commercial growing, as well as snake farming.
If we grew bank in Nyeri alone, Kenya will have 10% of IMF total cash reserves. In short, we'll never have to borrow a single coin in future.
Wajakoya is attracting attention. Some of he's only one with maybe what you might call some radical proposals, but maybe also they are a bit too, I would not call them radical, I would call them crazy. And the numbers he is giving don't make sense.
While in most cases, Kenyans have voted along tribal lines, this time the high cost of living has pushed them to relook at their choices.
I wish we could see more, not in terms of what I will do, but how I will do it, and how the entire national cake will be grown how the entire national cake will be distributed. Right now we are on politics of redistribution, not on politics of growing that cake.
It still remains to be seen if the next president will win on the strength of his campaign pledges. But what is clear is his popularity once in office would depend on how he tackles runaway inflation. Sarah Kimani, SABC News, Kenya.